Thanks for the amazing introduction. Yeah. So, dogs and cats can be enemies in real life, but not in my photographs. This photograph I have shot in Majestic in year 2016. This photograph represents the meeting of two good friends after a long time. This photograph represents the concept of soulmate. And I have taken around 150 photographs to get this shot, sleeping on the road, sitting on the road, and standing. But more importantly, 1 month before I shot this photograph, my right hand got fractured, my main shooting hand. And this was me when I was shooting that photograph. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Guru Charan. I am a software engineer on weekdays and photographer on weekends and a family man. I have to put this line. But before shooting these photographs, I was a bundle of failures. I was a school semi-finalist in badminton doubles for 5 consecutive years. But the first round itself is a semi-final though. Yeah. I tried my hand in various sports and games like cricket, football, and swimming, but I failed miserably in each and every one of them. I used to hate this failure so much. In my college days also, when I was losing my computer game, I used to rush to my friend's room to restart his laptop. So, even after passing out from my college, I failed to convince my family to let me take the filmmaking courses which I'm interested. So I started writing the scripts on my own, which again I failed to finish. And I acted in short films also, but for Christ's sake, please don't even see them. They bombed miserably. And after that, some good wise man told me to take up hand in direction of films. And then, to know about the framing in films, I brought camera and started experimenting. It's been 6 years since I have been experimenting the frames more and more, and I began to understand that there are few acts to make a picture complete, and that first act is idea. Then let me show you a brief series which I have made with these emoticons, which you normally find in your mobiles. Okay, I have tried to correlate these emoticons with the old women faces I used to see in daily life. Like this here, the smiling person from Munnar, the ever blushing Kaveri, and the crying lady from Kulshekarpatnam, the coolest granny from Tadipatri, and the tongue-in-cheek lady from Krishnagiri, the ever-shocked old woman from Mardahalli, and also the ever-thinking granny from, again, Kulshekarpatnam. So, here, the thing is simple actually. Here I have taken 2 simple ideas which you see in your daily life, and I have combined them to form a new visual idea, visually appealing idea. This is the most important part when you are trying to shoot a picture. But how do I get ideas from? Normally, I get ideas from my own childhood. I have an aunt who used to feed me very tasty food each and every afternoon. So when I went to shoot at one place, my eyes began to search for that scene, and I got this photograph. I began to name this photograph as Annapurna. And after that, movies also became one of my inspirations for the ideas, and I shot this photograph. This is Wally and Eve. I shot. And normally, even the comics which I read, Marvel comics, I get so much inspiration from them, and I took this photograph of baby Groot here. More importantly, even the toys I played during my childhood days, they formed the other inspirations for the ideas, and I shot this yellow ambassador at Victoria Memorial in Kolkata. And I had a small pet in my childhood days, a small puppy, and I had that memory in my mind, and I shot this photograph. I named it as Touch of Buddha. And after that, I had so many beautiful friends I made all through my years. And on summer holidays, we used to play so many games. And this photograph of Happy Cat has made me to remind of those beautiful days. So, these ideas are there which are from my childhood. But when I am shooting in my street or in any other place, I normally interact with so many people. And each and every stranger which I interact has a story to tell. And that story forms the basis of the idea. And let me tell you one small example. I was shooting one mom and kid in Madiwala, and there is one weighing pan over there. So I started interacting with her, and she started telling me about how her kid is eating, how her kid is having lunch, breakfast, and all. And I began to have an idea that what if she places the kid on a weighing pan? And I didn't want to make it so straightforward. And I asked her, hey, your kid is around 4 kgs or 3 kgs. And then she immediately took that baby and kept on a weighing pan. And then she showed me, she's 3 kgs. And then I got this photograph of 3 kgs of innocence. This knack of interacting with people over time, never came in a single day, my dear friends. This was like, back in 2014, March, I was venturing in the streets. After shooting few weddings, baby shower shoots, I became enthusiastic as an artist, and I said, okay, fine, let me shoot alone in the street. And then I went out, and one drunk guy slapped me right on my face. I still hear that sound though. So I was so shocked. I went to my home and sat in a corner, and I couldn't venture out for the next 3 months alone. I was so much low in confidence that time, and after 3 months, I began to wonder, what will happen if I go again? At max, it will beat me only. The thing that doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. So I went again over there, but he is not there. But then I got this photograph exactly at the same place. I named it as carpooling. And after that, I didn't look back at all. I began to shoot various images like these, the kids from Majestic, or the sadhus from Varanasi, the Nag Baba, Lal Baba, which I call him, or the poetry which is depicted in Hampi, or be it the stuntman photo I have shot in Bangalore itself, and that was my hand giving a 10 rupee note to him. So these kind of things have made me so much as a photographer. But as I went through all my years, I felt that photography, like music and mathematics, is independent of language. But to interact with people, the language is most important thing. I experienced it in Kerala once. So this was like, there was one boat over there, and my boatman is there with me. Me and my boatman used to communicate only with 2 words, yes and okay. And I know only cheta in Malayalam. Okay, yes means, okay, fine, move the boat. Okay means, whatever you have shown is okay, nalla irukka. Okay. So there was one school near Kuppapuram in Alleppey, and I was shooting a kid doing a homework with one leg on the boat and one leg on the land. And when I got this photo, I said yes. And then he moved the boat, and I fell down in water shouting, Cheta! So I got this photograph of the kid doing in the homework during that time. And that time, I began to experience that language is more important. I'm basically a Telugu guy, but I can speak Kannada well, few parts of Tamil, and in my college days, I used to know only one word in Hindi called Ji Pyas Jada Dal, that's it. But after that, I started to learn more and more Hindi and all, and I began to interact with people of various traditions, people of various cultures, people of various ages, and people of social backgrounds in different places. And I used to play with the pets they also have like this. Okay, so why do we normally try to shoot this with this much pain? Because the joy of shooting a photograph after a lot of effort, that joy, that feeling which we get when we compile our code properly without any errors, that joy which we get, right, that feeling is called catharsis. And that is the third act of photography after idea and approaching people. So when did I get this catharsis first time? So way back in August 2013, I was in Wayanad. During that time, my wife was conceiving a baby, and doctors worried us saying that the kid is not getting enough oxygen, and we were not sure about the prognosis of the delivery there. I was very nervous during that time. I was shooting monkeys in Wayanad, two pair of monkeys hugging each other, and I was very nervous. The thought was there still during that time. And I spent there with the monkeys for around 2 hours of time, quality of time. And then after 2 hours, those monkeys were comfortable with my presence and they began to separate and then they showed me their baby over there. That baby sighting gave me so much confidence and hope during that time, and I got this photograph. I named this photograph as "We Are Family" because this feeling, when I got it, it was a feeling of hope. It was a feeling that life still exists and it's gonna be okay in the end. All is well, and my daughter is born in November on the same year. So, be it of any genre that you are doing, be it of any genre, be it of people or animals or toys or anything, if a picture makes you cry, if a picture makes you laugh, if a picture makes you take back to your childhood of nostalgia all over, that picture is a good picture, and that feeling you get when you are shooting that picture is catharsis. Be it two old couple who are having lunch in the very sunny day, or be it a small schoolboy looking at his childhood crush here, or be it a scene in busy road in Whitefield representing how the pets are being treated by their masters over here, or be it this little monkey over here which is so satisfied after drinking the mama's milk, or be it the toys in Aleppi over here which are just trying to stare at the sunset, golden sunset over there. Each and every photograph, irrespective of genre which you are doing, if it makes you nostalgic, then that photograph is an amazing photograph. And that feeling, my dear friends, is the third act of photography called catharsis. But these photographs make me a wonderful artist. But how does these photographs make me act as a human in first place? So let me tell you, in May 2014, I met a small girl called Anima in Avenue Road. This is the photograph of Anima. She is such a charm in her face that I named this photograph instantly as Jewel in the Street. I was so fascinated by this lady's charm that I began shooting over and over and over, like her sister over here, her gang over here, which is like James Bond style, or they feeding their pets over here. And each and every time in Avenue Road, we celebrate Holi with these kids normally, and this was one of the Holi celebrations. I named this picture as Eyes That Smile. Here you can see Eyes That Smile. And also, their mom used to send us with those kids to play to the street. We used to enjoy a lot of times, and during one of those times, I shot this photograph. Okay, so during that, this is the last time I have heard of a mom, my dear friends. 2 weeks after shooting this photograph, their mom passed away suddenly. We were so devastated after having that. I didn't know what to do because she was the symbol of trust for us. She used to trust us and send her kids outside. We didn't know what to do, and I was so skeptical in again going out and shooting those kids until I do something else. So, for the first time, I ran a fund collection drive for those kids. I had to act as a human during that time because that was my moral responsibility as an artist over there, to help the society which is around me, which is building me as a better human. So, we ran the fund collection drive in that part, and we collected around 12,000 rupees or something, which I didn't even remember, and some notebooks from NGOs, some toys, some papers, and some study material, and labels, books, pencils, everything. We collected from them, and we gave it to those kids. But that kids on that day taught me one thing. What they have lost is so bad, but they were so happy with what they are having that time. That joy in those kids' faces on that day taught me that it's not what we have lost, or it's not what we have been left, but what we have been left with us now currently is the most important thing. That joy in those days have given me a beautiful feeling of catharsis, and that feeling made me act as a human. Each and every time in Avenue Roads or some places when we are roaming outside, we find that a lot of people are over there, and we used to discuss with them. Some people pass away already, and we used to give them photographs, and those people have tears in their eyes when they are seeing their loved ones in the film. Once upon a time they were very happy, and when they are seeing them in their film, in their photograph or something, they treat me as their own kith and relation, and they give me some stuff from their shop, or they invite me for lunch or dinner or something like that. And like that, I made so many bonds in my 6 years of journey all over, and this acting of human has made me a wonderful person over there. Thank you, my dear friends, and thank you for my family, for this DSCE, for my muse, for everyone over there who have helped me in growing up as a photographer. A big thanks to you all.